Welcome to another Monday. Well, it's been about 5 weeks since I was sitting here doing my last review, which is the longest I've gone without seeing a movie in years. But I'm back now, and there were several new releases this weekend. As much as Into the Spider-Verse was raved about, I decided to skip that one this week. In fact, I really wanted to see a movie that came out here several weeks ago while I was on my leave, but it is supposed to be a front-runner for a Best Picture nomination. So even though it's not a new release, it did come in number 10 at the box office, and without any further ado, here's my take on Green Book. Our film begins with Tony Vallelonga, portrayed by Viggo Mortensen. He's a bouncer at the Copacabana Club and is good at what he does. The club closes for 3 months for renovations, so Tony is looking for work. He gets recommended for a job as a driver/muscle for an African-American concert pianist, Dr. Don Shirley, portrayed by Mahershala Ali. It turns out that he and his band are doing a concert tour of the Deep South, and Tony is needed to prevent trouble. Tony leans a little towards the racist side as is, but the money is good and he takes the job. The two disembark and by all appearances are the epitome of the odd couple. Tony is blatant and crass, whereas Don is sophisticated and snobby, and the two seem to butt heads the entire way. Using the titular Green Book, the pair find the safest places to eat and stay in the segregated South. As time passes, Tony is wowed by Don's ability on the piano. The two also begin to form common ground as they bond through experiencing the injustices waiting for them on the road. Tony finds himself sticking up for Don on several occasions, not always helped by Don's somewhat self-destructive personality. As the miles and the shows pass by, their friendship grows to the point of Don helping Tony write letters to his wife, and Tony realizing the good inside individuals rather than the obvious differences on the outside. We as the audience experience everything from out loud laughter to sadness as we see these two unlikely companions develop a friendship that most people would long for. So, what to say about this one? First off, I'm glad I blew off all of the new releases to take this one in because it has Best Picture nomination written all over it. This is a film that is really a feel-good movie that takes place among non-feel-good situations. The based on a true story is good in and of itself, but the acting really sells this film as an award winner. Mahershala Ali has already taken home a statue for Moonlight, and in my eyes, this was a much better performance by him. You could watch the entire movie and his face would tell you all you needed to know without him even speaking a word, although his dialogue is delivered perfectly. Viggo Mortensen is no longer a sword-wielding king from Tolkien's stories. He is now Tony Lip, and he completely embraces the character. The two play off each other so well. It's just fun watching their interactions regardless of the action taking place on the big screen. This is one that I would happily take in repeat viewings. It is that entertaining. I highly recommend taking this one in because I definitely believe come Oscar time it's going to be up for the Best Picture statue. On a side note, 4 weeks ago I was all ready to walk in here and do my review on the second Fantastic Beasts movie, and I'm kind of sorry I wasn't able to because I rarely give films a bad review, but I thought that one was a hot mess. So Green Book was a refreshing breath of fresh air as my follow-up movie to that one. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.
All right, thank you much, Matt. And coming up next, one last look at your 7-day forecast. We'll be right back.